I'm so glad you're here, joining me on this 30-day frugal living challenge. It's not always easy to be mindful of our spending, especially when it comes to one of life's necessities, groceries. But what if I told you that there's a secret to cutting your grocery bill in half? Yes, you heard me right. With a few simple tweaks to your grocery habits, you can save hundreds, even thousands of dollars each year. So, grab a cup of tea, get cozy, and let's dive into my secret to cutting your grocery bill in half. I promise it's not rocket science, and you don't have to sacrifice quality or taste. Number 1. Assessing your current grocery habits. All right, let's get real for a minute. Take a look at your current grocery spending. Are you spending more than you'd like? Are there areas where you know you could cut back but haven't quite figured out how? It's okay. We've all been there. The first step to making a change is acknowledging where we're at right now. So, let's take a deep breath and assess our current grocery habits together. Maybe you're guilty of buying too many snacks, or you tend to overspend on prepackaged convenience foods. Or perhaps you're a sucker for buying items in bulk, only to let them go to waste in the back of your pantry. Whatever it is, it's important to identify those areas where we tend to overspend or waste money. But don't worry, we're not here to shame or judge. This is a safe space where we can learn and grow together. In fact, acknowledging our spending habits is the first step to making positive change. By being mindful of our spending and where we can cut back, we can start to shift our habits and save money in the process. So grab a pen and paper and make a list of those areas where you tend to overspend or waste money at the grocery store. Remember, this isn't about perfection. It's about progress. And together, we can make progress towards a more frugal and fulfilling life. Number 2, plan your meals. Now that we've assessed our current grocery habits, it's time to take action and start planning our meals. But meal planning doesn't have to be boring or tedious. In fact, it can be a fun and creative way to save money and eat delicious, nourishing meals. First, think about your favorite meals and snacks. What ingredients do they require? Are there any items that you can buy in bulk or on sale? Take note of these items and keep them in mind as you plan your meals for the week. Next, consider incorporating seasonal produce into your meals. Not only will it be more affordable, but it will also be fresher and more flavorful. Plus, it's a great way to support local farmers and reduce your carbon footprint. When planning your meals, don't forget to take into account your schedule for the week. Are there nights when you'll be too busy to cook? Plan for easy, no-fuss meals on those nights. And on nights when you have more time, consider trying out a new recipe or experimenting with a different cuisine. Meal planning not only saves you money, but it also reduces food waste and saves you time in the long run. And when you're eating delicious, nourishing meals that you've planned and prepared yourself, it feels like a win-win situation. Number 3, shop smart. First things first, make a list and stick to it. This will help you avoid impulse purchases and ensure that you're only buying what you need. And when you're making your list, be sure to check your pantry and fridge to see what you already have. This will prevent you from buying duplicates and wasting money. When you're at the store, keep an eye out for sales and promotions. But be cautious of false advertising and don't be swayed by flashy signs and packaging. Do research and make sure that you're getting a good deal before you make a purchase. Another way to shop smart is to consider buying generic or store brand items. They're often just as good as name brand products, but at a lower price point. And don't be afraid to buy in bulk when it makes sense, especially for non-perishable items like rice, pasta, and canned goods. When you're checking out, make sure to double-check your receipt and watch for any errors or overcharges. And if you have any coupons or discounts, make sure to use them before you leave the store. Number 4, cooking tips. We'll get to that in a second. I have a favor to ask of you. If you like this video so far, please subscribe to the channel. Now that we've shopped smart and stocked our kitchens with delicious and affordable ingredients, it's time to put on our chef hats and get cooking. But if you're new to the kitchen, cooking can be intimidating. Don't worry, we've got you covered with some frugal and easy cooking tips. First, keep it simple. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment or complex recipes to make delicious meals. Start with basic recipes and build your skills from there. And don't be afraid to experiment with different flavors and spices. When you're cooking, be mindful of your portions. It's easy to overeat when you have a big pot of something delicious in front of you, but this can lead to waste and overindulgence. Use smaller plates and bowls to help control your portions and save leftovers for another meal. Another way to save money and reduce waste is to repurpose leftovers. Use leftover roasted chicken in a salad or sandwich, or turn leftover vegetables into a hearty soup or stew. And when you're cooking with fresh ingredients, save your scraps for homemade stock or broth. When it comes to cooking appliances, consider using a slow cooker or instant pot. These appliances allow you to cook large batches of food with minimal effort, which is perfect for busy weeknights. And they also help to save on energy costs, since they use less electricity than an oven or stovetop. Number 5, buying in season. Did you know that buying fruits and vegetables in season not only supports local farmers, but it can also save you money? When produce is in season, it's abundant and cheaper than when it's out of season. Plus, it's fresher and tastes better too. One way to find out what's in season is to check with your local farmer's market. They typically sell produce that's in season and grown locally, which means you're getting the freshest and most flavorful options available. And don't be afraid to ask the farmers for cooking tips or recipe ideas using their seasonal produce. When you buy in season, you're also supporting sustainable agriculture practices. Farmers who grow in season produce don't need to rely as much on artificial fertilizers or pesticides, which can be harmful to the environment and to our health. Another way to save money on produce is to buy in bulk and freeze, or can it for later. This is especially helpful during the off-season when produce is more expensive. You can also try your hand at preserving produce by making jams, pickles, or sauces. Number 6, limiting meat consumption. Did you know that reducing your meat consumption can not only help you save money on your grocery bill, but it can also have positive impacts on your health and the environment? Meat is often one of the most expensive items on a grocery bill, and it's not always necessary for a healthy and balanced diet. In fact, studies have shown that a diet rich in plant-based foods can be just as nutritious, if not more so, than a diet that includes meat. By incorporating more plant-based proteins like beans, lentils, and tofu into your diet, you can not only save money, but also reduce your risk of chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and certain types of cancer. In addition to the health benefits, reducing your meat consumption can also have a positive impact on the environment. The production of meat requires a significant amount of resources, including water, land, and energy. By reducing your meat consumption, you can help to reduce your carbon footprint and support sustainable food systems. If you're not ready to completely cut out meat, try incorporating meatless Mondays into your weekly meal plan or swapping out meat for plant-based proteins in some of your favorite recipes. You might be surprised at how delicious and satisfying vegetarian and vegan meals can be. Number 7, making homemade staples. From bread to nut milk to salad dressings, there are so many pantry staples that you can easily make at home with just a few simple ingredients. Not only will you save money by skipping the store-bought versions, but you'll also have complete control over the ingredients and can customize the flavors to your liking. For example, making your own bread may seem intimidating, but it's actually a simple and rewarding process. Plus, homemade bread tastes so much better than anything you can buy at the store. And making your own nut milk is not only cost-effective, but it's also better for the environment since you can skip the packaging waste. When you make your own staples at home, you'll also have the satisfaction of knowing exactly what's in your food and where it came from. And let's be real, there's something special about creating something from scratch in your own kitchen. Number 8, shopping at discount stores. Discount stores like Aldi and Lidl offer a wide range of high-quality groceries at a fraction of the cost of other supermarkets. And just because the prices are lower doesn't mean that the quality is compromised. In fact, many discount stores have their own branded products that are just as good, if not better, than the more expensive name brand options. One of the best things about shopping at discount stores is that you can often find unique products that you wouldn't be able to find at your regular supermarket, and the savings really add up over time. By switching to discount stores for your grocery needs, you'll have more money in your pocket to spend on other things that you enjoy. Plus, shopping at discount stores is a great way to support the community. Many discount stores are locally owned and operated, which means that your money is staying within the community and supporting small businesses. Number 9, avoiding impulse buys. We've all been there. You go into the grocery store with a list of items you need, but then you see something that catches your eye and suddenly your cart is full of things you didn't plan on buying. These impulse buys can quickly add up and wreak havoc on your budget. But don't worry, there are ways to avoid these temptations and stick to your shopping list. One of the best strategies is to plan ahead and make a list before you even leave the house. This will help you stay focused and ensure that you only buy what you actually need. Another way to avoid impulse buys is to shop alone. When you're with friends or family, it's easy to get caught up in the excitement of shopping and make purchases that you wouldn't have made on your own. It's also important to be mindful of your emotions when shopping. Are you feeling stressed or anxious? Are you hungry or thirsty? These factors can all contribute to impulsive purchases, so try to address them before you start shopping. Grab a snack or a drink of water, take a few deep breaths, and remind yourself of your budget and goals. Finally, don't be afraid to take a break if you're feeling overwhelmed. Step outside for some fresh air or even leave the store altogether and come back another day. Sometimes a little distance can help you regain your focus and avoid making purchases you'll regret later. Number 10, tracking your progress. Tracking your progress will help you see how far you've come and keep you motivated to continue on this path. Make a spreadsheet or write it down in a journal, and keep track of your grocery expenses over the next few months. Compare your expenses from before the challenge to after and see how much money you've saved. Remember, living frugally doesn't mean sacrificing quality or enjoyment in your life. It's about being mindful of your spending and making intentional choices that align with your values. By tracking your progress, you'll be able to see the impact that these small changes can make in your life and finances. And don't forget, tomorrow is day 3 of our 30-day challenge, and we have another exciting topic in store. We'll be discussing a creative way to save money with a 30-day no-spend challenge. So be sure to tune in and catch all the details.